All right, we are live. Welcome to the live stream. Feels like I haven't streamed in a while, but it's because I missed Friday and it's been the weekend, so it's been a while. But I'm back. We're going to take a look at price action. I also missed the weekly recap over the weekend, but I'm trying my best. Sometimes I get kind of exhausted. If you guys are not in the Discord server, definitely go check that out. The Discord server, I'm hoping to make it a really exciting place to be. I want to keep making that server better and better. I keep coming up with new ideas for the server. I don't want it to really be my server. I want it to be a community server where people can make friends and learn about trading together. So that's really the whole point of it. And it's completely free. It's always going to be completely free, and that's how I want it to be. I think it should be just a good place, a good community, and a good place for people to learn about trading. So that's kind of the goal with it, and I keep getting more ideas. So let me know if you guys have any ideas. We need to take a look at the charts. Now, it's a Monday, so we might not get anything, but we're just going to take a look at it anyways. Now, it feels like every single day I go on the chart, it's like we never get anything. So it's kind of lame. So once again, we only have news on Thursday, which is crazy. The only news is on for the entire week is going to be on Thursday. So that's kind of annoying. But we're going to take a look at the charts. So going down, starting just to see if we missed anything here. If I zoom into the charts, I'm going to get rid of my OBS, so I don't need it right now. Oh, actually, I guess I do need it to read the chat, huh? Okay. Or can I just pop it out? Oh, nice. Wait. Can I not just... Can I pop this out and then have OBS go away? Can I... What? I have to have OBS open. That's weird. That's weird. Because I don't want it open. I don't want it open. Okay, we're just going to continue on here with what we got going on. I'm going to pull up my trading software. Now, I'm sorry, guys. I can't force trades, so if there's not anything on the charts, like lately, like I've been trying my best to find good trades. It feels like I'm constantly trying to find good trades, and I always end the day with nothing. So these last few days have not been very good, but I just hope to just keep getting better, and that's kind of the point of making these videos is I keep getting better at trading and keep learning with you guys. So that's really the whole point. But every day we're gonna get better. So let's mark out the chart here. So going from midnight until from 20 until midnight, that's Asia. Until midnight. Here we go. So here we have Asia. Then we had London from 2 until 5. Now we have pretty clear equal highs. That seems like a very, very strong draw. That's really good for us, actually. Oh, and you'll note that London highs and the Asia's highs are the same. So the market's being drawn up here. This is a huge buy side liquidity pool. This is a huge buy side liquidity pool, right? 2 until 5. So this seems like this could be a New York reversal day because we have Asia go down, Asia's going down, London's going down, New York's going down. Did we hit some kind of key level around that time? Kind of. Oh, my screen's freezing. Kind of. We hit this rejection block. So this is where a rejection block actually comes in handy here. This is a rejection block. I actually don't know if I would consider this a key level or not. Can we check if there's an SMT? Let's check if there's an SMT. If there was, that helps a lot. Was there? Friday at 9 o'clock. Monday at 8 o'clock. Friday at 9 o'clock. Monday 8 o'clock. I'm going to get rid of my OBS just for a second. Just so I can see this. Whoa, wait. I guess I could just pull up another screen here. Oh, shoot. The market's moving. No. Don't move yet. Don't move. We're still analyzing. Yeah, I mean, this is a giant SMT. Look at this. Well, I guess this is a low and this is a lower low, but this is... Wait. Is this an SMT? Yeah, with this right here, see this? This made a lower low, this made a higher low. So there's SMT with this low. So I like that a lot. Okay, guys, okay. We're starting to get we're framing this trade, starting to really frame this trade really well here. There's SMT with this 22 o'clock low. So this is the buy side liquidity pool, right? So we got our 15-minute change state of delivery right here. So see the, what's it called? 15-minute order flow is bullish. Measuring this final manipulation move, let's get our standard deviations projected. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we got our -1 here. Our 2 to 2.5 lines right above that buy side liquidity pool we talked about, so it lines up perfectly, which is exactly what we want to see, right? This -2 to 2.5 lines up exactly above this liquidity pool here. All right, everything's framed pretty well to go long. We just have to get an entry. But yeah, this seems like a New York reversal day for sure. You'll note that this was a very, very strong breaker block entry. Low, high, lower low, which swept the low, higher high. Here's a breaker block. So we kind of missed this, but see how this is a breaker block overlap with this fair value gap here? And that's the long point, right? Targeting this buy side liquidity. That'd be like an 11 to 1 restored trade. Anyway, This is a giant breaker block here. Low, high, low, low, higher, high. This is a giant breaker block overlapping with the fair value gap. So now we hit that -1 standard deviation. So maybe we will get some kind of reaction off of that -1. Maybe we can get some inverse fair value gap to the upside. That'd be ideal. We probably want to wait for the macro, so let's just wait until around 950. Is probably when we're gonna get the best setup. But today looks not bad, honestly. The draw on liquidity seems very clear to me. So 950 until 1010. I feel like for some reason Mondays are like, even though everyone says don't trade Mondays, Mondays usually end up being pretty clear for me. So I don't know. It's just weird. That's why you kind of have to learn for yourself what works. So yeah, that's a very clear liquidity pool. Let's also measure out our 4 to 4.5 standard deviations. And conveniently, that is also right above Asia's highs. So I could see us running up to Asia's highs as well. This would formulate this as a buy model, right? But this rejection block seems like this is like the key level. We got a 1 hour inverse fair value gap that kind of helps dictate bias a little bit. You can see that happened right here. Oops. Oh, dang it. Go away. Go away. Okay. This 1 hour inverse fair value gap kind of helps dictate that we're probably going to at least run to this liquidity pool. So yeah, 1 hour IFG here. Okay. We got a 3-minute fair value gap right here. Overlapping with this. Maybe we'll get something out of that. But we are kind of in premium. We're pretty far in premium. It's the only thing I'll say I don't like about this. Right, we're already pretty far in premium. From here to here. Yeah. Let's just wait and see what happens here. Maybe we'll get a move down and then move higher. I mean, this is a very possible liquidity pool too in the short term. So if I go to the 1 hour, okay, we have a 1 hour fair value gap, right? So previous hour's lows here. Just marking everything out. Previous hour's lows. Here's 4 hour highs here. 4 hour highs. We might come sweep those 4-hour highs. But this is where the market's being drawn to, so maybe we'll just go straight up. Who knows? Yeah, this is a 3-minute fair value gap, so maybe we get a reaction out of this. But looks like we already came down into that area. 5-minute fair value gap. I mean, yeah, very strong draw up here. This is a very strong draw. London highs here. Yeah, you can see this breaker entry would have been nice. For those who don't know what a breaker entry is, it's or a unicorn entry. It's when you have a low, a high, a lower low, a higher high. So this is a series of up close candles before the up move, and it's overlapping with this fair value gap. So this would have been a good breaker. This would have been a good breaker. See how Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's going down. I think Bitcoin is being drawn up here, but I could be wrong. We have we kind of have like a 15-minute fair value gap here. Ugh. Just watching and waiting. I'm gonna pull up the S&P on my other screen here, just so I can look for S&Ps. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the 1-hour chart. Yeah. 15-minute, 5-minute. S&P has equal highs. And the Nasdaq has equal highs too, right? Where are they? They're on the 1 minute. Yep, we just hit those 4-hour highs. It's exactly like I said. So will we get a move down at market open, or will we just keep going up? Will we go exactly where I think we're going to go? I don't know what to do. I'm constantly right about the draw. I'm constantly right about the draw. I know where the market's being drawn. I just don't know how to enter. Like, I have 2 entry models, right? Breakers and inverse value gaps. I knew exactly where the market was targeting. I knew exactly where. But I just, like, if I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. That was my draw. That was my whole entire draw. That was where I was expecting the market to go. Okay, I'm just... Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put my head down for a sec. Oh my gosh. Well, I was right about that draw, but we have started to dump. I think this will get filled back in. This seems like a liquidity void to me. So I guess, what could we be targeting here? But yeah, you could see we clearly went right up to that 2 to 2.5 standard deviation. So our next target is going to be this Asia's highs in this 4 to 4.5 standard deviation. That's where the market probably wants to go next. So calling it out now is where the market's drawn to. See all this buy side liquidity here? Very clear buy side liquidity. Very clear. This could be a good inverse, maybe. I mean, we're delivering from a fair value gap. I don't know. I don't love it. We're already so far in premium. I want to see it move further down probably, and I would want to wait till the macro. I feel like I feel like my pre-macro trades don't perform as well, so I honestly just want to wait for the macro. This would be like more of a FOMO trade. I feel like I'm not gonna take it. trying to be disciplined here. Okay, where could the market be drawing to? These 15-minute lows, maybe? Or I guess the 30-minute lows. We just got that inverse, so I guess you could enter here if you wanted, but yeah, you could enter here. I don't know, I'm very picky. We're just so far in premium already. I'm just picky. That's all. We're already so far in premium. I would rather wait for a macro trade, honestly. I'm just a picky guy. You can see this trade. You already have your stop loss almost at break even. There you go, stop loss at break even. And yeah, this trade would have worked out great. See. Kind of just scared to take a lot of these trades, honestly. Now imagine if you took this all the way up to the 4 to 4.5 standard deviations. Should have taken it. I'm like too cautious nowadays. I'm like too cautious. That was fine. That was a fine trade. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the word. I'm like scarred from losing so much. So like I see like trades that are like okay, like this is okay. I'm like, okay, this could work, but I also know it's not the best setup I've ever seen. Like I only want to take the best setups I've ever seen, and it's like those don't happen every second. You can see this one would have worked. This would have been fine. But also I don't know what you even would have targeted. So it just doesn't make a lot of sense for me. Because what are you gonna target? This high? That's not even a 1-to-1. You could target the end of this range, but like, that's not a clear draw. That doesn't make sense. I don't really feel that bad about not taking it. We're so far in premium. I don't feel that bad. I think that was okay to not take it. I mean, we could take this short. I mean, I know we're like kind of bullish, but this is exactly where we would expect to go short at this 2 to 2.5 standard deviation. I'm not opposed to going short. We're very far in premium. We just swept that external liquidity. These 30-minute lows are a good target. Except I know that I'm bullish is the thing. So I don't know if that's the best idea. I don't know, man. Everyone else got trades. I just didn't. Started this in my stream to off the 2/3 inversion. I'm just scared to take trades. Like, I don't really know what else to say about that. Like, it's just like. All I can do is take high probability setups. That's it. That's all I can do. You know? That's all I can do. Take high probability setups. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. I'm gonna test something out, guys. Do you guys know anything about the GB levels? Interested. That's not what I want. Get rid of that. I'm not gonna force a trade. I don't say anything. And this trade honestly would not even be that good because, like, yeah, we inverse went to this high, but I just don't know what you would have targeted. I guess the trade of the day was this order block here. This 2-minute order block. You see, this 2-minute order block was really nice. So if you entered off of a liquidity sweep breaker structure order block entry, your 2022 model, then this would have been your entry, I think. Because you got a sweep. You got your sweep. Bottom, center. You got your sweep. You got your market structure shift. Clearly on the 1 minute, right? So it works. The 2022 model works well on the 1 minute. I gotta actually watch the 2022 mentorship. I'm on month 5 of the core content, but anyway, went to this fair value gap and order block at 9:32, and then shot off. I'm wondering if this order block will hold. I bet you this order block might hold. This order block will probably be the one that holds. Yeah. Delivering from this fair value gap. There's no inverse. There's not really any inverse here. We do have an SMT forming right now, kind of. S&P just made a higher high. NASDAQ still has not made a higher high. So we got this SMT, but that's probably not going to hold. I had to guess. Do we have like a breaker block entry at all? We have a low, high, low, high, low. Low, high, lower, low. This is kind of like a breaker block. And then it overlapped with this fair value gap. But it's like a 30-second one. So. Plus we're at that 2 to 2.5 standard deviation. We're gonna come up here. I just don't know I don't know how to enter. Yeah, this would have actually been a breaker block here. Overlap with this fair value gap. Yeah, the trade that I talked about, this one, uh, Dodgy did take this one. He said it was a 1 hour scalp. Enjoy your day. So he's like, yeah, just straight up to this high. Yeah, you definitely could have taken that. Like I said, you probably could have taken that. I didn't really want to. You know, patience is number one. Like, if I miss stuff, so what, man? I would rather just take the high probability setups. I really would. If I miss stuff, I really don't care. I didn't lose. I if I miss a trade, I don't care. I did not lose. I'm sick of losing. I'm sick of losing trades. I don't want to take a trade if it's going to be a loss. I mean, I can't be afraid of taking good trades and having them be losses, but I don't want to take bad trades and have them be losses. I think I've been reading this book by Larry Williams, the guy who mentored ICT. And he says it really well. What Larry Williams' book, he says, I was reading it. He says, based on my research and experience, I have developed a powerful and profitable belief system. I believe the current trade I am in will be a loser, a big loser at that. This continues to be my most important market mantra. Winners we can handle. It's the losses that kill you. This may sound pretty negative to all you positive thinkers, but positive thinking can give way to thinking you will win, a surefire formula for buying and selling too many contracts and holding on too long. After all, if you are positive things will work out, you are certain to hold for a bounce return that will never come. So now let's look at my belief that the current trade I will be a loser. I'll basically what he's saying is you go into each trade and you just you don't expect you don't want to expect to be winning. You want to expect to be losing, but obviously you need to take good trades too. And so I think that's really good advice, because I think if you go into each trade expecting a loss, you're gonna be able to handle it a little better. So, all right, macro time. Here we go. We're about to rock it. Right up to my other draw that I mentioned. Right up to my other draw that I said we were gonna go to. Right up to it. Alright, I'll be back. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to let things get to my head and just focus on good trading. Honestly. Okay, what's going on now? Maybe we're finally about to inverse to the downside. Finally. I do think we are drawing up here, so I really do want to be careful. I would much prefer to use this more as like a mitigation block. So I'd like to see us come down in here, and so like low, high, low, low, high, high. So I would love to use this as a breaker, honestly. So if we can come back down into this area, I would like to enter here. Low, high. Yeah, this is pretty solid, honestly. This is a pretty solid breaker block. Can we come down here? That would be ideal. And then target Asia's highs. Low, high, low, low, high, high. So for value gap breaker combo, we got 15-minute lows here. I'm gonna turn my heater on. I guess a good entry could have been when this closed above this breaker, but I feel like I'm not experienced enough to do that yet. The weird thing is there's not really like a 5-minute for value gap. It's just that 15-minute breaker. I think we could just go straight up, honestly. So a way you could have framed this 15-minute breaker trade is you just enter here. I actually don't even know. But once this breaker broke, then you could probably target this area here. I don't know exactly. I'm gonna go pee. Hopefully I don't miss anything. We are getting an SMT on the 1 minute. Probably doesn't mean much. I'm just gonna go. Okay, like I said, going straight to my other draw on liquidity that I mentioned. Where did I say the market's being drawn to? Up here, this area. So how could we have gotten an entry? Let's actually try and figure this out, because this is where the improvement happens. If we can figure out like where we would have gotten an entry, this is where we're gonna get better. Because yeah. I predicted everything, but if I keep predicting things and I can't get entries, then it does me no good. It does me no good. If I can keep predicting things every day, but I can't get entries, what's the point, right? So we're gonna take a look at what entries we could have gotten. I honestly think one way you could have gone about this is a 5-minute breaker. Oh, but this was at 8:30, huh? I would love to take that trade at 8:30. If we closed above this breaker, I would love to take this trade. So like this closed above this breaker, right? I didn't even know where you put your stop loss for these, but I would love to take this, but up to London's highs probably. This would have been a 3-to-1 risk reward trade. But here's the thing. I was not on the charts at 820, 620. I would never in any circumstances be on the charts at 620. That's way too early. But you can see this trade would have worked out great. Now I did targeted London's highs. So this close above this breaker strategy is actually kind of goated. Low key. And then, what if you even put your stop loss below the previous candle's low? We got to figure out where Hydra puts his stop loss, because I don't know where he puts it. You can see that we actually don't actually come and retest this, which is interesting. Yep, right to our draw. Right to our draw. Honestly, that makes me want to get off the charts. Like, the objective has already been hit, pretty much. And anyway, I'm going to be getting off the charts in 54 minutes anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And we hit our target, so GG's. Oh, let's go. Stop loss. Okay, Hydra stop loss, guys. Hydra stop loss below the breaker here. Stop loss goes below the breaker. Okay. Hydra stop loss goes below the breaker. Alright? So it's exactly where we thought it would go. And if it ever retests the breaker, you can pyramid and get a second entry on the retest of the breaker here. So this would have been a great trade, as well as this. I would have targeted London's highs. Boom. That would have been 3.5-to-1 risk reward trade, and then if you targeted up here, that would be a 6.5-to-1 risk to reward trade. So honestly, trading is crazy. But yeah, here you go, guys. Just so you know, this is where you would enter. So you enter on the close above the breaker block. So see that? Enter on the close above this breaker block right here, and your stop loss goes below. Your stop loss goes below the breaker block. Enter close above the breaker block. Stop loss goes below the breaker block, like this. That's a good idea. How to trade Hydra's breakers. I'll make that a video. How to trade Hydra's breaker block / unicorn model. This would have been a crazy trade. This would have been so cool. You even have entered like this close above this breaker right here, and then you still would have got a good trade. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna get anything. Okay, I'm gonna make this trade recap. Oh, actually, first I need to do something else. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you could have taken this. You could have taken this. Not super good RR though. You could have taken it. So yeah, this could have been a trade you could have taken. Very possibly could have taken this. But RR is just not insane. Like, sure, you could have taken this 1-to-1 risk reward trade. I don't know. Just not that interested. Like, maybe there was something over here you could have targeted, but we're so far in premium. I mean, we're so far in premium. The only trade I would have wanted to take was at 820, and clearly I missed that opportunity. So yeah, this is so stupid. There was an SMT there. Like, I knew we were gonna go up and run all these highs. I knew everything was gonna happen. Just couldn't get an entry. You know, it's just so fun. Just so fun. You could have. I mean, I guess you could have taken this, but you have to put your stop loss below the breaker, and like stop loss below the breaker. Targeting these highs, it's only a 1-to-1 risk reward trade. It's just not like, what was I supposed to do? Where was I supposed to enter? You know. The other entry you could have taken was this breaker. But this was also before I got on the charts, right? You had this overlapping with this, and this was before I got on the charts as well. Although it shouldn't have been. I should have been on the charts. I just got to be a little faster. I got to be a little more efficient with my morning routine, and then I'll be able to catch trades like this. So, dang it. All right, I'm probably going to film my this trade recap here. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna record this. All right, guys. Just so you know, I'm recording my trade recap. That's what's going on right now. So. Turn this off. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know so you could have taken this. Everything. In today's trade recap, I'm going to go over everything you would have needed to know to take this three. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 risk reward trade today. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 risk reward trade today. In today's trade recap, kind of a mouthful. I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to take this. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 trade today. Going into New York session, we had Asia and London. Going into New York. Today was a New York manipulation daily profile. You could tell this because New York pushed into a key level. Today was a New York manipulation day. Reversal. Today was a New York reversal day. You could Today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because London and Asia went in one direction, and then New York hit this key level and then reversed in the opposite direction. This key level was this hourly rejection block here. As well, we had SMT with this low. A rejection block is the longest wick in the swing low, and an SMT is when one asset forms a lower low and one asset forms a higher low. Then if you measure out the standard deviations of this manipulation move here, you get the 2.5 to 2 . Then measuring out this manipulation move's standard deviations, we get this 2 to 2.5 standard deviation range. Then measuring out this manipulation move's standard deviations, this 2 to 2.5. Then measuring out this manipulations. Then if you measure out the standard deviations of this manipulation move, the 2.5 to 2 range lies right above London's highs. As well, there were relatively equal highs in here as well. Also, it's worth noting you could have gotten earlier entry on the close above this breaker, but that was before I got on the charts. The ideal entry to take was this 2-minute breaker block, this low, high, lower low, higher high. You would enter on the close above, and then you could pyramid on this fair value gap. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 trade today. Today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because London and Asia went in one direction, and then New York hit this key level and then reversed in the opposite direction. This key level was this hourly rejection block here. As well, we had SMT with this low. A rejection block is the longest wick in the swing low, and an SMT is when one asset forms a lower low and one asset forms a higher low. Then if you measure out the standard deviations of this manipulation move, the 2.5 to 2 range lies right above London's highs. As well, there were relatively equal highs in here as well. Also, it's worth noting you could have gotten earlier entry on the close above this breaker, but that was before I got on the charts. The ideal entry to take was this 2-minute breaker block, this low, high, lower low, higher high. You would enter on the close above, and then you could pyramid. Breaker block, this low, high, lower low, higher high. You would enter on the close above, and then you could pyramid on this fair value gap. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to make this 3.5 to 1 trade today. Today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because London and Asia went in one direction, and then New York hit this key level and then reversed in the opposite direction. This key level was this hourly rejection block here. As well, we had SMT with this low. A rejection block is the longest wick in the swing low, and an SMT is when one asset forms a lower low and one asset forms a higher low. Then if you measure out the standard deviations of this manipulation move, the 2.5 to 2 range lies right above London's highs. As well, there were relatively equal highs in here as well. Also, it's worth noting you could have gotten earlier entry on the close above this breaker, but that was before I got on the charts. The ideal entry to take was this 2-minute breaker block, this low, high, lower low, higher high. You would enter on the close above, and then you could pyramid on this fair value gap. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 trade today. Today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because London. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 trade today. Today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because London and Asia went in one direction, and then New York hit this key level and then reversed in the opposite direction. This key level was this hourly rejection block here, as well we had S&P with this low. A rejection block is the longest wick in the swing low, and an S&T is when one asset forms a lower low and one asset forms a higher low. Then if you measure out the standard deviations of this manipulation move, the 2.5 to 2 range lies right above London's highs. As well, there were relatively equal highs in here as well. Also, it's worth noting you could have gotten earlier entry on the close above this breaker, but that was before I got on the charts. The ideal entry to take was this 2-minute breaker block, this low, high, lower low, higher high. You would enter on the close above, and then you could pyramid on this fair value gap. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 trade today. Today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because London and Asia went in one direction, and then New York. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 trade today. Today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because London and Asia went in one direction, and then New York hit this key level and then reversed in the opposite direction. This key level was this hourly rejection block here, as well we had S&T with this low. A rejection block is the longest wick in the swing low, and an Today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because London and Asia went in one direction, and then New York hit this key. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 trade today. Today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because London and Asia went in one direction, and then New York hit this key level and then reversed in the opposite direction. This key level was this hourly rejection block here, as well we had S&T with this low. A rejection block is the longest wick in the swing low, and an S&T is when one asset forms a lower low and one asset forms a higher low. Then if you measure out the standard deviations of this manipulation move, the 2.5 to 2 range lies right above London's highs. As well, there were relatively equal highs in here as well. Also, it's worth noting you could have gotten earlier entry on the close above this breaker, but that was before I got on the charts. The ideal entry to take was this 2-minute breaker block, this low, high, lower low, higher high. You would enter on the close above, and then you could pyramid on this fair value gap. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you would need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 trade today. Today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because London and Asia went in one direction, and then New York hit this key level and then reversed in the opposite direction. This key level was this hourly rejection block here, as well we had S&T with this low. A rejection block is the longest wick in the swing low, and an S&T is when one asset forms a
We're dumping.
and one asset forms a
Yeah,
high.
you could have taken this. You could have taken this inverse.
Standard deviations of this manipulation move, the 2.5 to 2 range lies right above London's highs.
I lose interest once my daily objective is not hit. You know, like this trade would have been fine. Because we're so far in premium. I just instantly lose interest once this objective has been hit. Right? Like my interest for the day has gone down so much. You know. Oh wow, we're dumping.
daily profile. You could tell this because London and Asia went in one direction, and then New York hit this key level and then reversed in the opposite direction. This key level was this hourly rejection block here. As well, we had SMT with this low. A rejection block is the longest wick in the swing low, and an SMT is when one asset forms a lower low and one asset forms a higher low. Then if you measure out the standard deviations of this manipulation move, the 2.5 to 2 range lies right above London's highs. As well, there were relatively equal highs in here as well. Also, it's worth noting you could have gotten earlier entry on the close above this breaker, but that was before I got on the charts. The ideal entry to take was this 2-minute breaker block, this low, high, lower, higher high. You would enter on the close above, and then you could pyramid on this fair value gap. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 trade today. Today was a New York reversal daily profile. Recap, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know to take this 3.5 to 1 trade today. Today was In today's trade recap, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know to take this 3.5 to 1. Today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because today was today was a New York reversal daily profile. You could tell this because London and Asia went in one direction, and then New York hit this key level and then reversed in the opposite direction. This key level was this hourly rejection block here. As well, we had SMT with this low. A rejection block is the longest wick in the swing low, and an SMT is when one asset forms a lower low and one asset forms a higher low. Then if you measure out the standard deviations of this manipulation move, the 2.5 to 2 range lies right above London's highs. As well, there were relatively equal highs in here as well. Also, it's worth noting you could have gotten earlier entry on the close above this breaker, but that was before I got on the charts. The ideal entry to take was this 2-minute breaker block, this low, high, lower, higher high. You would enter on the close above, and then you could pyramid on this fair value gap.
All right, it's good enough. Yeah, I don't really see much anymore. My draw was hit. I'm honestly just annoyed. Maybe I gotta get on the charts at 6, bro. I mean 8. This is just annoying. I'll get it eventually. Yeah, Dodgy just tweeted the inverse back to the downside here. Yeah, this would have been a fire trade, especially on the 3 minute. Dang it. I should have taken that. October 21st. Alright. I'm posting that TikTok. Gotta post it on YouTube as well. The videos on Instagram get no views. Honestly, maybe I should just stop doing the market recaps and do only trade recaps. I feel like people don't have time to watch the market recaps. Then again, I don't know. Some people do. It might be nice to watch the whole market recap. I think I'll keep recording the market recaps.
4 minutes, then I'm getting off the charts. So, yep. 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 Honestly, trading is just getting boring. No, it's still fun. It's a lot more. I'm trying to think of the word. I mean, you really just have to do what you're supposed to do, and it's just like if I don't get a trade, I don't get a trade. I know the one thing I should have done today is I should have been watching the charts right here, because this was a 3 minute inverse right before the Hydra macro, so that was a good trade, and also, this was a good this was a good this was a good Hydra trade as well. This breaker. Close above this breaker, retest. Uh, yeah, right at the Hydra macro. So I'll cover that one in my market recap as well. But yeah, you can see inversion, breaker combo, retest here. Boom! Boom. Just gotta keep moving forward. I know I missed it, but just gotta keep moving forward. Dude, I swear Mondays are not bad. Mondays are like really not a bad trading day for me. So oh, I'm tired. Might take a quick nap after this. Oh man, I should have probably just been paying attention a little bit more. I so what I was doing earlier is I do this thing where I'm like uh where I'm trying to like get people to join my Discord server, so I'm just like messaging people. I might just do 3. Yeah. All right.